think it'd work. There we go.
Hey.
There you are.
Oh, is there a delay? Or is my hand not streamable?
That's, yeah.
Big delay.
Yep, big delay. There. Now I
Alright.
don't have to look at the delay.
Woo. Yeah, well, welcome to the VOD, I suppose, of pumpkins. So this is Trisha's pumpkin, which has suffered death. But don't worry, we have its antenna. And glue, but probably best to attach it after we cut it open.
I guess so.
Yeah. It was not me, I did nothing. I turned it sideways and it just fell off. I'm innocent, I swear. I murdered no pumpkins. Oh, this is the way it goes. Okay, so if the audio is bad, that's because we don't have like a mic, it's the webcam mic. We don't have like a dedicated mic, it's...
Hey, Red Wolf Corp revamped.
E.
Putting pumpkin emojis in chat.
And then I got two other pumpkins. This is this one. It has kind of a coily woily stem there. And then I also got a big chungus.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a chungus.
Yeah. Quite heavy. After we take out the insides, it might be lighter.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
definitely.
a nice shot with the smallest to biggest.
Yeah. I guess it would have been. I don't know if you want to like show the. I don't know. All right. Yeah.
No.
All right. Yeah. All right. So.
Hey, pharmacist. Says this took forever to show up.
It also took us forever to like. Oh, I didn't do the live now thing. I'll do that. I'll be a good gamer boy. What do you how do you think the market is on Gamer Boy bathwater? Probably not great, right?
Probably not.
Do you remember that whole thing?
Yeah.
There was some like e-thought that was
Yeah. She got in trouble. Like, that's illegal.
yeah, because you can't sell bodily fluids and stuff.
Thank God we have some restrictions.
Thank God. God in heaven.
If we could though, you know that would be a thing.
Selling bathwater? I mean, it was
selling like your fucking common shit.
Oh, well, people already do. Well, no, not that you can't mail bodily fluids.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I don't know. I don't know enough about like buying and selling bodily fluids.
Mm.
You can be paid to donate blood, and I would like to do that for a thematically.
That is, of course, through like the hospital and whatnot.
Yeah, well,
there's a whole procedure.
There's specific clinics just for taking blood.
Yes.
And they pay you money. And I was thinking, how fucking metal would it be to get like fund the art or like the cover of a book by
donating blood.
Yeah, blood. Literally paid for in blood. I thought it'd be fucking metal, but I don't really have any books that'd be that thematic for it. For sure, if it was a vampire book, I'd be out there getting blood taken out. Kind of, yeah. I mean, any kind of spooky book would be pretty cool. Yeah.
You gotta write more spooky books.
I'm just thinking like there's no other thematic, like if you were doing a book on like mummies, there's no real
blood in that.
No, yeah, there's no blood in that. There's no thematic way to make money either. Like, what are you gonna sell toilet paper until you can afford mummy art on your mummy book?
Yeah, let's try our best to avoid being on that while my laptop is resting on this.
where we are now is a property that my brother owns and would like to rent out, and I'm supposed to do work on it so that it can be Airbnb. Whoever owned it before fucked everything up. This is an oven that does not work. They just added another oven over there instead of doing anything with
Yeah,
this.
taking away that and putting in like cabinet space or anything.
Yeah, yeah, and like all the cabinets look kind of fucked up.
And yeah, they are fucked up.
Yeah,
Literally falling off the hinges.
you could like just take a gander over there real quick, and you can just kind of see. It just kind of looks shitty. We did a tour on Discord the other night, and it was exciting. The refrigerator does look nice though.
New refrigerator.
Curved ice. Oh shit!
Goddamn.
You not just have crushed ice, you have curved ice.
You can even have swan ice.
Oh, yeah, that's on the side. I can see it there.
It's the future, baby.
So, I forgot my sword, because I thought it'd be funny to carve a pumpkin with a sword. But I have the next best thing, which is like a gigantic knife made from spring steel. So, you know.
It
It's a
looks
thing.
like something a killer would use.
It's got like a.
Very Halloween themed.
It was made by a blacksmith, and I'm very proud of it. And then I have regular knives that are probably going to be more useful. All the kitchen knives in my house, though, the tips are all bent, so I couldn't really. So like, I needed something else. So I found this in the drawer, some kind of like fancy. Like it looks like it's plastic, but I think there is. Yeah, there's metal in there. And then this handy dandy magnetic like knife carrier thing we have for Lord knows what reason. I think it came with some fancy knife that my mom got. And then all the tips are bent. So I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can't see that. Oh, maybe if I. Kind of. Yeah. Okay, you can tell. Yeah. Anyway, what to carve first? I suppose. Do you have any ideas or concepts? Oh, I guess we just cut off the top and then start like
Yeah, get
pulling out stuff. Oh, okay. So let's figure out that. Is this oven disgusting and can we cook in it? Okay, oven is not disgusting. I see no rats or cockroaches or other horrifying creatures.
Do we have a pan?
That's a good question.
We can always just put the pumpkin seeds in the Ziploc bags and then cook them when we get home.
We could do that, yeah, yeah. I know we do have the pans from this oven. These might not be like cooking pans, actually.
No, they're not.
Are you sure? Because it looks like this is like a grate for grease to go through.
I see.
Yeah. I don't know. So maybe we won't cook the pumpkin seeds. We'll do that next time. Like, or not next time, but like we'll do that when we get home. But yeah, I think this is like a bacon cooking thing. In all reality, this is probably like way not big enough to cook pumpkin seeds. Because they need to spread out quite a bit. So this would be like a million
Right,
batches,
yeah.
so it's no point. Okay.
Alright.
Sound of bacon in the morning. Yeah. Also on the docket, I suppose. Sorry, I won't touch. Counter. Counter bad. Maybe door stuff. I'll take a. I think I get pictures because people were curious. In the castle building channel, how fucked up under the sink is. If you want to see how fucked up the under the sink is, I'm gonna post that in a minute.
So, I'm guessing we can either start with small pumpkin or medium pumpkin.
Yeah.
Unless you want to start big.
Let's start with a small pumpkin. Then we'll be able to see if we can actually fit all the pumpkin seeds in the Ziploc baggies. Yeah. So we brought glue for fixing the top of that thing. but I think it is. That's some nice Gorilla Glue. But it was open.
Oh, that's not gonna work. It's too flexible.
Oh, do you want me to stab through it with a gigantic knife? There was a nail sealing it, but I don't think that, because it feels super hard. So I'm gonna pry the nail out and see, but I think this is solid. But once the pumpkin is like all situated, we'll figure out putting the thing back on. Let me take that picture. Now that we have garbage bags, I was able to slay the many spiders.
Gorilla Glue expands as it dries. Said David Myers.
So it would have been like, so the bottle would have been like broken if it was dried? That's what you're saying? Castle building, and oh, interesting. Okay. There it is.
Sending stuff in the Discord.
Yeah, there's discussion on how to fix the very spaghetti pipes under the sink. We do have our pal Phil Swift, which is probably Phil Swift is here, and he will probably be the repairman for the under the sink for now. Anyway, on top of the sink that has to get fixed, but yeah, I don't even see how I would like change the top sink part, like the faucet. I don't really get how that happens. Yeah, you know what? Let me
What?
yeah, let me get the let me take pictures of the stuff in the garage.
Ooh, man. This is really. There we go. Yeah, look at all them seeds.
Eee.
Nice.
Some ASMR. Here.
I'll wash my hands.
Put all the pumpkin seeds in this, I guess. Now. Can't find a screwdriver, but you have several knives.
The sink is like cursed.
Yeah, like it won't turn off on it for me.
You're right.
Yeah. My brother was like, oh, it seems fine. And I was like, that's whatever. I mean, it is kind of fine, right? Like it turns off eventually, but it's not the most obedient device. All right, I'll be back. Let me get some pictures of the door. Yeah. Let me check the doors.
Alrighty. Get some delicious snack out of this. Because pumpkin seeds are always better when you make them at home. Lord knows that if you get a bag of pumpkin seeds at the supermarket or wherever, it's like so much salt on it that you will die after one bite. You have to have done some like permanent damage to your tongue to not recoil from the salt. Dear God. It always feels like the smaller pumpkins have the most amount of seeds. Probably just because you're not expecting it to have much, but for its size, it has a lot. This is the least gory jack-o'-lantern making I have ever seen. Yeah, we gotta get the special effects in here. Just have there be blood just like shooting out from the pumpkin as I'm taking all the seeds out. My goodness, there are a lot of seeds. There's a good bit of seeds here. Nice seeds, huh? Nice seeds. I have no inspirations as far as a face goes, though. So I'm probably just gonna do something really basic. We don't typically do like the thing that a lot of kids do where they have like the cutouts that they print online and then they like pin it to the pumpkin. I did not prepare so much as to have one of those. So it's just gonna be freestyling. Partially more excited to just have the nice pumpkin seed snack than I am to be judged on how well I actually carved this pumpkin. Apparently what they used before pumpkins was beets. Or was it turnips or was it beets? It had to have been like turnips. Those are bigger. I do wonder what those would have looked like with the light in them.
I was so confused. I couldn't get the garage door open because I was like, oh, well, I know which key I just used to lock the side door. So I'll hold that one and then I'll try the other two keys. It's the same key opens this door as the garage. Like it's the same lock.
All right. Seeds. Now I wash my hands again and then we make a face. What kind of face should I make, Adam?
I don't know. I was thinking I wanted to just do like sort of standard jack-o'-lantern on the big guy.
Like the triangle eyes and stuff?
Yeah.
That could look cool.
I don't want to do the most normie pumpkin for the big guy. Okay.
Where's the trash bag?
Trash bag is on that counter.
Oh.
Move the little guy away. Let's get started on big boy. Oh yeah, by the way, I did forget a screwdriver again. So, I have a wakizashi made from real tamahagane. My great aunt is Japanese and brought over a few blades. Oh, that's fucking cool. It becomes foamy and hard. Oh, so it looks like it's okay. Yeah, I guess it would look like it's dried. Yeah. Google Drive link? I don't know. Gotta glue some parts back onto my favorite controller. For that, you should probably use plastic glue, right? Because, well, Gorilla Glue will kind of do whatever, but pretty sure they make plastic glue for a reason. So this kind of leans back. So that's like the perfect. This should be the face, I think, because it kind of it's like dented on the side. You see? I guess you can't see, but yeah, it's like kind of mushed. It doesn't really show up super well on camera, but maybe it's just because like all the lights are over there. It's like professional filmmaking over here. Don't mind us, guys.
Yeah, super professional, like.
Oh, you know what? Why don't I get out of your way and I can be in the background of you working?
Well, no, you cut the big one. I'm sure people want to see you cut the big one.
Well, I'm just going to be taking out the seeds. They could see us doing both. Yeah. Here, I'll try not to kill anyone. Move this down here, and then you could be in front of me.
Okay.
It's like not a very stabby knife. It's a very hacky knife.
We're not working with the best equipment exactly, but it gets the job done. And that's the important part.
I'm going to try and get these nice in angles so it'll sit and not just fall through. Oh. Oh, I forgot to change over the 3D printer. It's probably fine. Do have a batch going. So I was kind of fascinated with a recent discovery on YouTube. It feels like it's been forever since I found one of those channels that's like kind of small-ish but makes good content. You know, you usually just see these like, well, I don't know. I guess what small is kind of has changed. But I saw I was writing a fight scene in a sci-fi book that I'm working on, and the sci-fi thing I'm working on, and so I was looking up some like industrial techno, and then I stumbled back down the road of cybergoths. It's like the chicks who like dance and they have the gas masks and the colorful dreadlocks and whatever. And I kind of thought that they all stopped existing in like the early 2000s, but I was mistaken. They still exist and they're like super small. Like there's new content being created that's just 2.5K subscribers. And I don't know. I mean, the content is all good. Like the videos are like well shot, but it's just like the cybergoth market is not doing well. I would, no need for a flinch. I would never impale my girlfriend.
I sure hope not.
Well, I guess I would. Not with a knife. Okay.
Lewd.
Yes, quite lewd.
Ugh. Okay. That works too.
Man, it's like most of the struggle cutting is because the back of this knife is fucking thick as shit. It's like
Yeah, I remember us having this conversation last time.
and I'm like jabbing this like giant blunt edge through the whole fucking pumpkin.
Yeah.
Nah, how we doing? Almost. I feel like you got through the top of yours so much faster.
Well, it is a tiny pumpkin.
I'm a man. I should be stabbing things more effectively.
Deremeyer saying if any of the audio of this gets out, it's all over. Jordan.
Hey,
Happy Halloween.
you got here just in time. Any earlier, you would have been scarred for life.
Well, they're not really quite perfect.
Looks like a squirrel got through there.
And that's exactly what we'll tell people.
Yeah, it's a squirrel house.
Well, like, I'm working with a curved tip knife.
What about the other one?
It's too flexible, it's bending.
Wow. Alright. We did it. Ta-da! Did anyone know that pumpkins have thorns? It blew my mind. You know how I found out? Because I picked up a pumpkin from a pumpkin patch and stabbed the shit out of my hands. I would have liked to hear that as a fun fact from someone, but I have learned it with my flesh. I've learned it as truly as a man can know.
So now you get to hear it as a fun fact, guys.
There's little thorns. I'm like very careful with the stems because they're all on the stem usually, but they're also like on the skin sometimes. Like they must wash them or like have a cloth that they like rub on them before they sell them. Yeah, you can still see some of them are like by the base. These little like fucking thorns. I don't know. There's no chance you're gonna be able to see it on camera, but there's little spikes on the stem, like I don't know. Oh, on this side they're pointier. Is it this way? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You can't see it, but I swear, you can give yourself a bunch of little tiny splinters in the middle of a pumpkin patch, should you so desire it. I think raspberries, I heard, had thorns too. I don't know if that's true.
Raspberry bushes?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Because we were in a raspberry patch, right, at the pumpkin place one year.
I don't remember. But I knew people who had raspberry bushes in the neighborhood.
Huh. How fantastical. Now, I always thought it was very cool. I guess I'll just lay this down here. Get goobers all over the place. I always thought it was very cool how you could graft different branches onto trees. And I was thinking, like, what combo would you make, like, if you had to make a tree? Because certainly you wouldn't do all lemon, right? Because you don't need that many lemons. Actually, you do, right? You cook with lemon way more than you're gonna have like apples or something, right?
I don't know.
Because like apples are just for dessert, but like lemon could be what is it, lemon meringue pie or something? So there are desserts, but then mostly it's like you just like pour lemon into like, it's like stir fry, like kind of everything you just pour lemon into. Or am I just revealing my inner Italiano? Fun fact, Italians invented lemons. They, that's not a joke. There were two other citrus fruits that they combined to make lemons. God knows how bitter those must have been to end up with lemons being like sweet, quote unquote.
Lemons are sweet.
Right, but like they're also quite sour, you know, like compared to like an orange or something.
I guess it depends, like, how much you have of it, sure.
Yeah, I mean, you could have a glass of like orange juice, but having a glass of lemon juice is a little psycho. Not that I don't like lemon juice, because I kind of could drink a glass of lemon juice, but I'm just imagining, because if they're combining two plants to make, or probably several, I guess. I imagine somewhere in there's got to be a super super bitter citrus in the ancestry of the lemon. Time travel, go back to like primordial Italy, get the most sour citrus ever, time travel back destroy the sour candy market, just completely obliterate. What was this? Warheads? Yeah, just fucking dominate the shit out of them with your sourinos or whatever.
This is impossible with this curved tip. My goodness.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Would you be horribly offended if I zoomed in on chat so I could read it from over here?
Oh, wash your hands first, I suppose. Before you get pumpkin gunk on the computer. It's kind of like a face. Huh. Incredibly lopsided, but people will just assume that a child did it, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's really cute. Good for the little kid who did this." Working with curved tip knives over here. You gotta do what you gotta do.
She's normally really good, by the way. That's what makes it funny. It's like Trisha's pumpkins are normally like these like artistic masterpieces, and
Well, I don't
mine
know
look
about
like that.
It's a face. It's all that matters.
I myself don't do Halloween for religious reasons, but I hope you have a good time. Oh, right. There's certain sects that don't do Halloween. But I don't know. All Hallows Eve is like a Christian thing, right?
Yeah, that's when they co-opted it.
I don't know. I think there are separate like Halloween time, like October holidays for Christianity. I don't know. I feel like Halloween is a pretty modern holiday. It's not like Christmas where it's like super old.
Yeah, I mean, like in comparison. Yes.
Does anyone know if it's possible to force pumpkin to grow into a specific shape like they do with watermelon? Yes, it is. Disney World, they grow Mickey Mouse shaped pumpkins, and there was my favorite ride in Epcot was Living with the Land, which was like an environmental ride back before environmentalism just meant like hating humans and like, oh my god,
Throwing
can you
paint
believe
buckets at paintings?
what?
And blocking
Oh, yeah.
traffic.
Yeah, and before like all the like super gay environmentalism, it was just like, isn't it awesome how good we are with plants? We're so fucking good with plants. Check this out. We're like the best with plants. Look at this guy. He's good with plants. And that's the whole ride is like, check out all this cool plant growing technology. One of the things they show you is how they make the pumpkins that they use on Halloween in Disney World. And they grow them in these like plastic molds. So they grow into the shape of Mickey Mouse. You can look it up. It is quite neat. And they grow them year round, so they have tons of. They probably have pumpkin patches that they do it with because they have a lot of pumpkins for Halloween, right? So yeah, you can grow them into a specific shape. If you grow pumpkin and watermelon next to each other, it's the most disgusting taste you've ever fucking like. Oh, a friend of mine was like getting into gardening, and she grew pumpkin and watermelon next to each other. They cut open the watermelon, and they're like, "Oh, is this like rotten? It kind of smells weird." And it's like, well, it doesn't smell rotten, but it was like kind of orangey, on the inside, and the taste is so bad. Like watermelon plus pumpkin is more disgusting than you can imagine. Because like, there were a bunch of people sitting around like, we were talking about it, and someone tasted it. And they were like, oh my god, this is the worst thing I've ever tasted. And everyone's like, well, it can't be that bad, right? It's like pumpkins are fine, right? You pumpkin pie. And I was one of those people, but then I tasted it and it's like, ah, man. Real shit. It was like the worst slice of watermelon I ever tasted. And I was like, well, what do we do with it now? And it's like, even then I was like, well, we can't throw it out. I mean, it's like perfectly fine, right? It's just tastes like pumpkin kind of. And it's like, yeah, but it tastes horrible.
Yeah, right.
But it looks totally fine because there's nothing wrong. It's just like the fruit just got flavored wrong. I mean, it looks orangey, like the scarlet. You know, if anyone knows that particular shade. I know it because in kindergarten, all of the kids were fighting over the scarlet marker.
Mm. Did
It
you
was
guys plan on playing Sonic X Shadow Generations? I didn't have any immediate plans. I mean, like, I still have a bunch of Sonic games on my computer that I haven't really gotten to yet. But maybe. I have to play actual Sonic Generations. I have that game, but I haven't actually played it.
I don't know like any of the difference between like the different Sonic games. Like I can't tell any of them apart.
Let's see. There's the original trilogy, Sonic Spinball.
There's one where you can play as
Sonic
Vector.
R.
And I know the one you can play as Vector where there's the teams. I don't know what that one's called. You tell me all the time, and I just go straight.
Sonic Heroes.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
Sonic Heroes.
Throw poop in the.
One has a furry kiss. Yeah, that's Sonic. That's the Sonic 06. When they tried to reboot Sonic.
Is that where it's like the human?
Yeah.
Yeah, they should be thrown in prison. Straight to
As
jail.
you can imagine, that canon was thrown in the trash as soon as it was not received very well.
Yeah, I would say straight to jail. We live in such weird times.
Such a scary, cute gecko Trisha made. Yeah, I made this one. The one that kind of looks like it's a very sad smile.
It looks like a squirrel has already like gotten at the face.
Well, like every cut is like a little bit strange because
Yeah, the tip is curved.
yeah, the tip of this knife is like curved. You can't really tell on camera though because it's just so thin.
Yeah.
Rather just pick up the original Generations. Yeah.
Man, I had such grand plans coming over here. I was like, oh, we'll carve pumpkins. I'll put together one of the beds. I'll put in a door maybe. Who knows?
We'll do everything
And
immediately.
forgot my sword. Forgot my not that was going to be useful for putting in a door, but you know, I was going to try and carve a pumpkin with a sword, which would have been fun, but sadly, it did not happen. We could leave the other pumpkin and then do that next time. Bring a sword.
If you wanted to.
Yeah, why not?
The 6 retconned itself at the end through time travel stuff, but it's still referenced even today. Yeah, I have heard some people say that it was their favorite Sonic game. And there are like some ideas with 06 that they like stuck with for future games, like mechanically wise. But, you know. I still have to finish Sonic Adventure 2. Unfortunately, I have to finish that last level.
Now, in speaking of Epcot in Disney World.
Yeah, we're talking about Epcot. Okay.
No, the only time I ever played a Sonic game before meeting you was in Epcot. Same place that Living with the Land ride is.
Yeah, you played like Sonic Adventure or Sonic 06 or one of them.
Well, I saw it at one point, like you were watching some kind of.
No, but there's like multiple with the whale.
Yeah.
And you mentioned like, oh yeah, the whale chases you.
So the problem was the run button was broken on the controller. I believe it was a Dreamcast because it was some kind of console I was not familiar with. So it was either PlayStation or a Dreamcast. Because I was like around when the Dreamcast existed. So yeah, it was on a beach and you like run on these like wooden like track and then the whale breaks it. But if you're not fast enough,
The whale fucking kills you.
But you can turn around and get away from it, and then it won't kill you. But then you can't get through. Like you can't go through where the broken sections are. I tried to jump and stuff, and it wouldn't work.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, run again.
I think maybe one of the best things that they added for the 3D Sonic games is the ability to see a visual indicator and a noise when you are locked onto something. Something that they did not have in Sonic Adventure games.
Incredible. I think the existence of lock-on is just like a failure of controls. Like if you require lock-on, your controls suck. Like you should, like you should be able to like look around enough. But it's just like the controller itself. Like you just can't you can't get that much like finite control out of a joystick, as opposed to like a mouse.
Hey, Oscar420, welcome to chat.
Welcome.
Or they could fix the camera. Oh yeah, well, the camera is a whole other fucky-wucky situation there. Never realized how good the camera was in Spyro Year of the Dragon until playing other games where the camera was not so good.
By the way, my castle building pals was the picture I put into castle building of the sink. Is that adequate to show the spaghetti envelope? If you don't know, the sink in the kitchen of this place is a little fucky wucky. We are in a property my brother is going to be Airbnb-ing out, and so I'm helping him out by like fixing some stuff. And the sink I will theoretically fix at some point. Probably just the top part is like is important because it shouldn't just be spilling over the counter. But the underside, I think probably I'm gonna flex seal that if that's possible. Like if I could just flex seal it to keep the leak from happening for a bit, and then saw it up later. Like maybe after Christmas, deal with that. Because people, like, my brother's hoping people would rent this out for Thanksgiving because they're like coming to stay with family or whatever. He thinks like they'd probably be looking around now, depending on how much you procrastinate, right?
Oscar's saying, sounds real low for me, can't hear much. Well, that's because we're using a different mic, and there's just kind of general echo throughout this house.
Yeah. We could just talk louder, I guess. I don't know. But.
Yeah, it is unfortunate we forgot the screwdriver.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to take a crack at putting that bed together. Actually, I'm really interested in putting the door on. That's like the most interesting thing to me. But I wanted to get the bed thing done since I didn't get that done last time. But yeah. I have an IKEA bed I was supposed to like assemble. Do I have to get all this gunk out, or does it not matter?
Well, I got all the gunk out of mine, but I don't know how much it matters for you. I'm gonna try to glue my stem on so that I look stylish.
Yeah, you need the stem to salvage the aesthetic. I guess it doesn't matter. I think because my dad was always like, you have to get all of the goop out of the pumpkin. But I think maybe that's just like some spectrum-y shit. I don't think that really does anything.
Alright. Stylish pumpkin.
It's kind of interesting that certain like Christian sects don't celebrate Halloween. Such a fun holiday.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really simple one.
But I feel like those Christian sects, if they're gonna take away Halloween from their kids, they gotta add in
Another holiday to
Yeah.
like make up for it.
because like Midsummer is also like St. George's Day or something. That's the guy who slew the dragon.
Mm.
So like that's if you want to be like no Halloween, you gotta have Dragon Holiday in the summer. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, right. Even it out.
yeah, have your kid dress up as a knight and nothing else. Or is it St. George's Day? St. George and the Dragon. Am I crazy? Yeah, that's the right one. Greek Orthodox, they celebrate that. I was thinking about, I saw a sign for a festival, and I was thinking like, oh, maybe I'll be a vendor at one, but then I checked what the table price was, and it was like, nah, fuck that. It was so high. It's like $300 or something. It's like, I don't know if I want to have to sell $300 worth of fidget toys. If it was like, if I thought anyone would buy a book, I would go. But like, I don't know. A lot of those events, it's like the fidgets and stuff like that is what makes the money, because people aren't like that interested in like the general audience. A more, yeah, like the general. I guess it is how you'd say it. Like the ambiguous general audience doesn't really care for books. It's not that nobody reads books anymore, but it's like more niche than it was. On the flip side though, like with like video games, there's so many video games that people have difficulty in that market because you're competing with so many different video games. Whereas with books, you're not competing against that many books.
I think you are. Because I think people are self-publishing so much garbage.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And they're just like flooding the market, especially on like those fan fiction-y sites and Webtoon and stuff like that.
Dude, the people who
Oh, and the AI shit, AI generated books that they're just flooding the market with.
What cancer? What absolute cancer?
It literally helps no one. They don't even make money off of
The
it.
people who like, they're like, oh, here's a world, and so many people have told me to do this. It's always retarded. Like I don't. This is never a good idea. Is sell your book for free, and then you'll sell millions of copies, and then you'll be so famous, and then you'll start charging for the second book. And it's like,
yeah, maybe if they're so wowed by it that they become addicted and absolutely need the second book.
Here's what actually happens when you give out your book for free. Nobody reads it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you can't hear whispers on the mic. Nobody reads it is what happens. People will either not even download it, and which feels terrible because I was like looking at like I'm in like a Discord with some other authors, and they're looking at like they did all these free promos, and nobody's downloading them. What?
And then what?
Nobody's downloading it, and they feel terrible, and it's like the worst feeling of like people don't even want my book for free, and it's like,
yeah,
well, that's people don't want stuff for free. Like they want something that's like quality.
I mean, even during like Free Comic Book Day, like you take it, but how many of those comics do you actually read? Probably very few of them.
One.
Well, I've read most of mine, but usually I don't like them and I throw them in the trash.
Yeah. Well, Free Comic Book Day, I'll like, I have stacks and stacks of years. I just never looked at them. But
yeah, right.
But like when I saw they had the first issue of the new Conan written by new people who could be based, I was like, oh, okay, so this could actually be really good. I'm gonna read this, and I actually did read it pretty quickly afterwards.
If I come close over here, I have to lean in because of this stupid section. Hey, Thor Stone Gaming? Have you been here before? I don't recognize the name. Or maybe just like someone changed their user. Thank you. I have carved a very awkward looking smile.
And I did like the comic, but like I think at the end of the day, nothing's really gonna beat just a book, you know, for Conan. It's like,
I mean, the books are very good.
yeah. So it's like the comic was fine, but it's just like, you know, big old bag of seeds. We did it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'll save the other pumpkin.
Next
For
time.
sword carving next time.
Sword carving, yeah.
But we will put a face on this sucker. What we got? Alright. So I'll do it on this side, and I'll try to be. I guess I'll bring it closer to the camera. Alright, everybody. This is going to be a very, very vanilla kind of pumpkin. You know? I'm gonna try and do the regular face as well as I can. And then maybe I'll do something fun or something like weird for the other one. So you're saying this is too flexible.
That's what I felt.
I think it's just too flexible for the top because it goes right in. Super sharp. Let's try it. Okay, it just goes down. So. There we go. Right, he's gonna look really cross-eyed, I realize, because I'm doing like the right eye by accident.
Well, sometimes that's just how it goes.
Ooh.
Oh wow, you got like a lot of pumpkin juice over here. I did not get that much juice from mine.
Alright. See if we can get this eye out of there. Oh no, I just like fucked up the eye. It's okay, we'll just make his eye bigger. Make it more obtuse. You know? And then like this. Not where I meant to cut, that's okay. Okay. Oh baby. We're gonna have a nice eye.
Just one nice eye.
Look at that. It's an eye. It's like mostly straight. He's gonna look real cockeyed because that is like looking that way. It's okay. It's okay. He can be a little bit stupid.
Inspirational quotes to live by.
It's not like super. It's like not deep enough, right? See if I can get this chunk off without slicing the hand off. What do you guys think? Draw on the face of the marker. Yeah. Gut it first. It's like gutted, kinda. You read some new Conan, Adam? How were they? It was the comic book. So the people that own the rights to do Conan comic books now, they put out some message where they're like, we don't want to do. We don't want to be like beholden to. They didn't want to be rated by like the comic thingy or something. So they were like, oh, we don't want to be beholden to some kind of. Like the language they used was like. People were like, oh, could they be based? But like, I don't know. I mean, the content of Conan stories is like pretty fucking.
It's pretty adult.
Yeah.
I would say.
So. It's pretty fucking edgy. So. Let's work on this eye a little bit. I think I can make him less retarded looking, and also have the light actually go through the eye.
Yeah, I don't really understand the idea of movies and media not having ratings.
Okay, that's cool. That's gonna be a cool eye. Look at that eye. Can you even see the eye?
Yeah, I can see the eye.
Kinda. Alright. But yeah, anyway, the comic was pretty good. I can't really remember too much about it, but it was decent. I want to review some of the comics that I've read now. Ooh, sorry guys, just elbowed you. I want to review some of the comics that I've read. I think there was whatever the one was where is the guy with the like hockey mask looking thing. He's like a soldier.
Oh yeah, Death Trap.
Yeah, I want to review that because it was pretty good, but I had some thoughts, so I thought that would be a fun thing to do for a video, especially because I'm doing so many of these like random stories about like weirdos. I feel like I should like kind of do some like
Your first book review videos.
yeah, do some like writing related content. How do I get this out of here? Just fling it at the camera. Okay, we have that. Why are you hard to get out of here? I want to like be gone.
You can always push it from the other side.
Why is it so shitty? Ugh. It's like the corner up here. What is not severed? Or is it just not deep enough? I can see like light through it. Yeah, push it to the other side like Trisha said. But perfect. Oh man, his eyes are real fucked up. How do I do the mouth?
Do a really tiny mouth.
I'm gonna make a big mouth.
Okay. Do you want to use this for the big mouth?
No. Did anyone see the Minecraft animations? Oh yeah, I saw those. That's neato. That's I assume a new skill you've acquired. Doing some animations. That is a useful skill, I imagine.
Oh yeah.
All right, we're just not gonna. I got the eye. The eyes are perfect in every way. We're just gonna go for it with the mouth. All right.
You're just gonna go crazy?
We're just gonna go fucking crazy, and
You wanna get nuts? Let's get nuts.
we'll see how this turns out. All right. I think this is gonna be fantastic. I'm not worried at all. It'll be great. No one worry. It's fine. You look worried.
I'm always in a constant state of worry.
Remember how I was like, oh, we're not gonna have a plan. I'm just gonna go with it.
You fucked up?
Nah, it's fine.
Okay.
I feel like I could have used a plan though. So now I feel like I knew what I was doing. I was not correct. I do not know what I'm doing.
Is this like ASMR pumpkin sounds for some people?
Fuck. Okay, here we go. Yeah. I know what I'm doing now. Yeah. Go across like that. Yeah. We'll go across, right? And then no, I know what to do. I'll do it like this. No, I won't do it like that. I'll do it like this. Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. We got it. We are so
bad.
It's gonna be great. Yeah, it's fine. Everybody relax. I'm a professional. The mouth is gonna do just fine. I can hear the worry from Chad. Hey, love to draw? Welcome.
Heyo.
Adam, square mouth or round mouth? This is a. What do you mean round, square? Neither. Triangular. So many triangles. Yeah. Okay.
Triangle tits or round tits?
Triangle tits or round tits?
Actual debate online. Which tits are best tits?
Round or triangle? like
video game.
Oh, that's funny. So I think the reason people say triangle tits is because it's like people encountered video game boobs at a certain age, and then also with the triangle tits, there is sort of this like imagination element to it, right? Like you have to imagine. Oh, sorry guys. You have to imagine what they look like, and so they can be the best tits ever because they are imaginary. But if you're gonna go to that length, maybe the best tits are the tits you read about in a book, because then you're fully rendering them in your own head. Whereas a video game, you're getting the suggestion, which helps you to render it. So, in theory, the video game triangle tits can intrude upon your imagination, whereas a book intrudes much less. But anyway, I don't know if anyone is terribly interested in this, but like...
Oh, yeah, there you go. Shot fire of pumpkin.
Don't mind me, guys. I'm a professional. It's okay. Alright, so like check... Okay, well, before I slip my own wrists. Oh man, that's like not ideal, but we can fix it. We'll just cut it off, right? Yeah, look at that.
This is looking pretty horror-esque, gotta say.
Perfect, right? Horror, pumpkin, spooky. Yeah. Okay. The fuck did I do over here? Alright. We'll do the stuff over here. It'll be fine. You know what? I think this is like maybe not the perfect shape, but it's probably the best shape I'm gonna end up with. So we'll just
work with it.
We'll just be satisfied with like the stuff over there. Right? One day I'm gonna have a kid and I'm gonna be carving his pumpkin according to the design that he drew, and I'm gonna fuck it up so bad he's gonna be crying. Okay, so what if I like widen the mouth out down on the bottom? Yeah. That's what I was thinking about doing originally, I swear. So Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll use a square, right? I'll just go in, a rectangle rather, and I'll just go across. Okay, and then we'll just so you can see, and then we'll just go diagonal down there, and now we're all good. Now I just have to get this out of there. Oh yeah, it kind of goes, kind of. Oh no, it's okay. So it's sealed over here, right? So I'll just get that sucker.
Break the seal. Unleash the power.
Right? Can I do this without? All right. Yeah, there we go. Oh, just dabbing my pumpkin. Fuck. We got it. We got it, boys. It's okay. Anyway, I don't know if anyone cares about this, but the book I'm working on right now, sci-fi, coming out really good. I feel like I was like that fight scene I was working on. I was kind of feeling it, but you never know because you need someone else to like look at it, right? To be sure that you're not just an idiot. But I've been sending chapters to my good friend, with whom my good friend John, who I schedule a weekly chitty chat with, and he loved the fight scene. He couldn't wait to see because it's a fight that's sort of like intersected. Look at the. Oh, that looks cool! I did it. I actually did make it look good. Okay. Oh, get it now. Oh, yeah. Okay. Get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, look at this. Look at this masterpiece. Look at that. Yeah, okay. We're not done because he's got more mouth over here. I just need to liberate it. I don't know how the mouth up here is going to look. It's probably going to look real shitty. Sorry. I don't mean to fling pumpkin at your pumpkin
My pumpkin.
pumpkin computer. I can't.
Computer become pumpkin.
Your pumpkin
In another
computer.
world.
No, because I was gonna say because PC I was gonna say pumpkin and then replace pumpkin replace personal with pumpkin and then the second part with just the compute what it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But the second part is just the thing people call it, which is a computer. So it's just pumpkin computer. So it didn't make any sense. So I just
abort.
I just aborted mid sentence. I just gave up. It wasn't working. Okay, this is pivotal. This is how I ruin everything. Is this like tiny little thing here is gonna rip off this part? Yeah, this is the worst. Chat, you're not praying hard enough. Okay. Nah, that's not good.
Can you give him a tongue?
I'm giving it time.
That's pretty advanced. I don't know. Can you give him a tongue, Adam? Nah.
I could feel a tongue, you know, but like.
Well, don't feel the tongue. Just carve it, please.
Stupid. How do I salvage this like thing over here? How do I make this look not bad? Is it possible to like just do this? Is this folly? The folly of man? No, that worked. Okay. I just have to not mangle it.
Hey, our honeydew in Paris here in chat.
Hey.
Sorry guys, I can't really read off chat. There's a giant pumpkin in the way.
It's okay. They forgive you. or they will one day. No, it's not. It's not do that. You know what? Maybe it's like kind of fine. Maybe I kind of don't need to like go super high. I was gonna have the smile be like really high up, but I could just pretend I didn't like cut all those.
Hazel's friend, roommate, is black and white. I'm not sure what color to draw the cloak jacket. Honestly, I kind of just imagined the cloak as like gray, but Alex drew it as green in like colored versions. Do whatever you feel like. I mean, at the end of the day.
They can have multiple.
Yeah, they can have multiple of the same cloak. There's no defined canon.
I have like tons of t-shirts, you know? They're all different colors. I imagine if I had cloaks, I would have, well, I guess I have a cloak. But.
She also technically like changes outfits. Same thing with Hazel, I guess. They both have 2 outfits they go on. Maybe she changes to a different cloak. I say just use whatever color looks nice. And, you know, that kind of depends on what lighting and background and everything you're going to be using.
Yeah, I know I should leave the mouth alone before I fuck it up, but I did the eyes good, so the mouth can kind of just like suck, you know? Okay. How about that? I'll take one more triangle out of here. Yeah, that's what we want. There he is. There.
Is that the money shot?
Okay.
I fit my pumpkin inside of your pumpkin. There you go.
Lewd. Okay, let me put the flashlight inside mine.
Hey!
Look at that big grin. Look at this side. Yeah, that's fine. Isn't that good?
Yeah, it looks nice.
Hey, it's not often I can like do a thing with arty stuff and make it look good. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with that. And then we could like
Let's get some W's in chat.
we could like I could print a tongue and like hang it off the edge.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, I got pumpkin on your computer.
Yeah, you were so close.
I want chat to be able to see. I tried not to fling too much pumpkin at your computer. I did my best.
You did your darndest.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, I have.
Clean up some
You guys can't see, but there's
over
just
there.
pumpkin all over the place. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh my god.
Yeah, please don't stab me. That'd be nice.
Abuse. Domestic abuse. So we got this done at least.
Yeah.
But it would have been good to also put together the bed or whatever, but no, fucking forgot that.
One thing at a time, huh?
Yeah.
It's important to like celebrate fun holiday stuff and
Yes.
remind yourself that life isn't all suck.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, no, the chapter I'm working on right now, I'm really excited to be working on that. I was listening to the like I said, the industrial techno stuff to help with the fight scene because it's very sci-fi, right? And I felt like it was very thematic for a fight scene, so it's helping me get into the mindset.
And yeah. No, it's like broken into two chapters, and my friend read the first chapter, like I said, and he liked it a lot. So I'm feeling real confident with the second half. So
JB is asking if we can make a video of the jack-o'-lanterns set alight in a dark room.
yeah,
Do some like YouTube short or something.
yeah. I'll for sure. Like I always post that on my my Instagram as like when the jack-o'-lanterns are done every year. It's a fun holiday.
Yeah, the Joker smile gives it personality. There you go.
Yeah, I was thinking I'll
But
go
I know
wa-
how I got these scars.
I was figuring I'll do the eyes like as good as I possibly can, then I'll just go like crazy and just like try to freestyle the mouth and see what happens. And I like the stem too. The stem it's quite
It
neat.
completes it.
Yeah. Like it
You
works.
always gotta have the stem.
Yeah. It works better in 3D.
Right. Those are our pumpkins for the night. We do have one more, but we'll save that for another time. We'll have chat vote how we should carve the last one. Last one is a medium-sized one, so.
Yeah, I figure maybe tomorrow we'll do the other pumpkin, and I'll bring
Carve a pumpkin with the shing blade. Unfortunately, that blade cannot cut, but it does make a very satisfying shing.
We can bring the shing blade
For sound effects
for
purposes.
sound effects, yeah. But no, that maybe tomorrow. You know, I'll just say tomorrow, and then maybe I'll be wrong. Yeah,
You've been wrong before.
I've been wrong before, and I can do it again. I believe in myself. So tomorrow we'll carve the last pumpkin with a sword, because I think it would be funny to try to do that. And then I'll show you guys how you care for a sword and how uncared for that sword is. I have
You have olive oil.
yeah, I have this very nice olive oil that was like not like super expensive, but you know, kind of expensive. It's from Sicily, and my grandmother is Siciliano, and so I got it thinking like, oh, this will be nice, and I couldn't get the top just wouldn't come off, like the like. I'll show you.
Yeah, we tried really hard to like unscrew that thing.
So like the top, like the ring broke, and then it just didn't open. So then I was trying to pry it off with stuff, and it wasn't happening, right? I like beat the hell out of it, and I was like, well, shit, like I can't get it off. And then my friend John was over, and he was like, I can get this off. I'm Italian too. I can do this. And he couldn't get it off. So we ended up, what ended up how we have the nice Triskelion there, the Sicilian Triskelion, which is fucking bizarre looking, to be honest. So what he ended up doing to get it off was to
Just
impale
stabbing a
the
hole
top.
into it. And now there's like all just metallic bits
Yeah.
inside the olive oil.
So it's completely inedible, right? However, olive oil is perfectly good for treating a sword, like treating a
It's
blade
good for
edge.
many things.
Yes.
The Italians had it right.
As you may hear your Italian aunts and uncles and grandmothers and grandfathers tell you, it has many purposes or many applications. So it's very cheap, and it's perfectly good for keeping a blade from rusting. So I use it on all my swords and stuff,
Right.
like the my wok choppers, if you will.
How old is that bottle? Oil expires? That's not that old. It's like a couple months ago this happened. Why did that bring baby oil to mind? Yeah. Hey, Gabe.
Hey, so I'll show you how I like
clean and treat my blade. Although, like honestly, I've left that thing to rust for like years, so it's probably like not probably not the greatest indicator. But it was like $40 at a Ren fair, so kind of whatever.
That's how it goes.
If I had like a real sword, I do want to get like a blacksmith sword at some point, but I feel like it should be for like a particular like thing. Originally, I was gonna get it to celebrate my like first book, but then my first book was like not not a roaring success, so I was like, I don't want to get a sword now. And I was like thinking, oh, for my graduation, but then once you go through like fucking 4 years of liberal arts college, you're just like, I don't want a sword for this. It's like it doesn't feel like an achievement once you're like, it just feels like a bunch of suffering you're done with.
And JB says real olive oil burns, so you can do a flaming sword show. Hell yeah.
There's some people who say that like real olive oil is like spicy or something, but it's not. I don't know. I think what they're expressing is that it has a kind of a kick. And I'm not someone who's like a spice denier. Like there are people who pretend that ketchup isn't spicy because they're like, I don't know, brain damage. But like, it's just there's a very tiny bit of spice to it. Like there is cayenne pepper in.
I think the sweetness just kind of counterbalances it.
It does, but I can still taste the very, very faint influence of cayenne pepper in the ketchup.
Sure.
But I don't know. There's some people will also be like, oh, eating spicy foods destroys your taste buds. It's not actually true. People with damaged taste buds prefer spicy foods because they can taste it. Like coal miners or whatever, they're like exposed to some kind of gas that destroys their taste buds.
Mm.
But spice does not itself destroy your taste buds. But
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like the classic thing where like old people start to lose their taste and then they want like sweet things more often because it's something that they can taste, because especially American sweets just have an absurd amount of sugar packed in there.
yeah. Oh man, I remember at school there were so many people that like if I mentioned that ketchup was spicy, I would always get this like stupid, like extremely gay anti-white take where they're like, well, white people just don't have a term for spiciness. It's like spiciness. That's it. It's like well, and then the question is always like, well, what's the word in whatever native language you pretend to know? And they're like, oh, it's they have a word for it. They have lots of words for it. It's like, what's any of them? What's a single word? So it's just like,
they're just talking shit. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, it's just ketchup is spicy, but if ketchup is too spicy for you, you're too weak to live. It's just like it's the least spicy thing that exists, but there is still some spice in ketchup. It physically has cayenne. I mean, I'm sure there's some brand that doesn't, but like it traditionally, like Heinz ketchup has like a little bit of cayenne pepper, like all the way to the
It also
bottom.
has a shitload of sugar.
Yeah, and
Heinz especially.
Yeah, it's like just. Yeah, man, like ketchup is one of those things that will like fuck you up, like fitness wise, without you really like understanding it. Like I had this friend who was like mega fat and he was trying to lose weight, and we're talking about it, and he's like having this like chicken breast that's like no breading or anything, and that's like a big deal for him, and so and then he takes like the ketchup thing, turns it upside down, like, and it
drowns it in ketchup.
And like there was so much he was spraying for so long that I had time to be like, are you gonna put all that ketchup? And he's like, yep, and slams it down, and it was like the whole plate was like flooded with ketchup.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, damn, bro, like ketchup's like kind of bad for you. Like it was like yeah, it was like a ladle. No, maybe more, because it was like a decently sized plate. But I kind of get it, But
sure.
I feel like if you get so much more mileage out of like just hot sauce or something, because hot sauce isn't like really bad for you typically, depending on like what they're doing with it. You could make a sauce bad for you, like you could just put agave nectar in there or something. But
yeah, I mean you can also season chicken while you're making it, like season it with salt and lemon, and usually it's pretty good.
Ketchup spicy must have a real, real low spicy tolerance then, bro. I can
Well,
eat.
like spice, it doesn't mean like burn your mouth exactly.
I can eat. I like my favorite pepper is ghost pepper. I can eat very very spicy food. Way spicier than most people. But I can also taste. It's just there just is cayenne pepper in ketchup. It just you can just taste a little bit of spice in it. It just is. It's like the lowest amount of spice you could have, but it's just
When you're saying spicy like ketchup, you're saying like not very spicy at all.
yeah. It's like well, it's also like yeah, exactly. Like I would if I was gonna have a scale of like spice to whatever, it would be like ketchup would be one, and then like
Like barbecue sauce or
well that wouldn't be at the top.
no, I mean like going up the ladder.
Oh yeah, I guess is barbecue sauce spicy? I don't.
It's like spicy, but it's not that spicy. So it would
Yeah.
be like kind of
I-
close to ketchup tier.
I don't really like barbecue sauce, so I typically have different versions of barbecue sauce, like Like I have the weird, like I'll try those.
Yeah,
once,
they
but
definitely have like more spicy barbecue sauces out there for sure.
I feel like, oh, you're like not in frame. You
I mean, it's like
wanna? I feel like barbecue sauce is super sweet. If there are peppers in barbecue sauce, I have to say I would not. I mean, I guess it has a certain. I just yeah. It's just been so long since I've just had straight barbecue sauce. It tastes. It's so sweet though. So much sweeter than ketchup.
oh yeah, well especially if you get the honey barbecue sauce.
Oh,
that
yeah,
shit's
yeah,
so good. I know that it's
Just put some
not
jelly
very
on
good
there.
for you, but pretty damn good honey barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce is made from ketchup? Huh.
And vinegar.
Adam, have you made hot sauce? I've not made hot sauce. I don't know if I like hot sauce as much as just like the dry pepper. Because I really like just dry ghost pepper powder. And, oh, that stuff, the Japanese stuff, whatever the hell that brand is.
Oh, I know what you're
I
talking
gotta
about
get more.
actually. Nobody knows what but I know.
Yeah, it's like the red thing. It's in a small canister. Whenever you ask for spicy ramen at a place, they'll like give it to you.
Or sometimes it's just on the table.
Yeah, sometimes it's on the table, but they're fools to leave it on the table. I'll use all of it.
You will.
I'll just dump that shit in my ramen and leave a tip and be like,
Ghost pepper's pretty good though. It's got a good flavor. Even if I am not like one for super spicy kick.
fun fact: ketchup was originally a European attempt to make what would now be considered fish/soy sauce. I heard that. I don't know. I feel like a lot of these things is like you're just fucking around with different like sauces, and then you make something, and you're like, oh, let me make it more
Well, it
like
makes
this.
sense because you're like putting things that you know taste good together and just adding one more element to see if it tastes better or worse.
Yeah, like Play-Doh or not Play. Was it Silly Putty? They were working on different rubber combinations to make tires, to make them more like resilient, and then they were like, one of the combinations was something kind of similar to Silly Putty, and the scientists were like, ah, this is kind of fun. They're like messing around with it because it's obviously could be used for a tire. It's like a failure, but then they're like, oh, maybe if we mess around with this a little bit more, we could make a toy. And so they just went the other direction, made it more squishy.
Nice.
I like to blend smoky barbecue with garlic chili sauce. I don't know about that. Someone was saying sriracha and ketchup. That's actually pretty decent.
That's a pretty common combination, yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of people just throw what was it called? The really basic that's just like red pepper. What was that called? It's like Tabasco. People mix Tabasco and ketchup, and I've done that. That's not bad.
Yeah, it makes sense.
They used to use mushrooms, tomatoes.
Hmm.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, I feel like I've heard that. Oh no, there's mushroom ketchup is still a thing you can get. That's why I'm associating those things.
Mushroom ketchup.
Like,
Interesting.
in the UK, that's like an option. Is like mushroom ketchup is like one of the things.
Yeah, okay.
what their thing is with like beans, but like
What's wrong with beans?
it's hard to explain. But like they're it's just they're I'm just thinking of like the English breakfast is like just fucked. It's so fucked.
Well, anyways. You want to call it a night and head back home?
Yeah, I guess so.
It is kind of. I mean, it's not late for a Game Fan stream, but it's kind of late considering that we have to drive back.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow and do sword pumpkin carving and probably put together one of the beds for sure, and then maybe maybe door. Maybe I'll try to put the door on. I don't know. Well, no, I have to get the chisels from the toolbox. We'll see. Yeah,
I
we
feel
should.
like the bed frame will take the most amount of time.
Yeah, of course. We'll like finish off the stream with like sword pumpkin carving or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Potatoes were considered poisonous until a royal in Ireland banned them. You know,
I don't know how true that actually
I don't think
was.
any of those things are true. There was another one I was thinking of today, which was like I can't remember it. I can't remember what it was, but I was thinking of one of those like random story things. It's like probably not. Oh, it was about the sword. That's what it was.
The sword?
Yeah, the sword that I was gonna bring is a Messer, which is German for knife, or I guess you'd say Grossmesser, big knife, or Kriegmesser, to be war knife. And then like the lore is that because swords were illegal and that's made like a knife, then it wouldn't be illegal to have just a big knife, right? But I think that's probably some made up shit. You know what I mean? Like
Probably.
most of those stories are just like made up bullshit. It's the same. It's the same thing as like tomatoes. It was like, oh well, the flour on a tomato, it looks like nightshade or something. So they're like, it's evil, poisonous. And then there was a famine, so they were like desperate, like, I'll eat these tomatoes. I don't think that's true.
Yeah. These are, they're all like very oddly specific type of stories to explain how like things were normalized.
Yeah, like the etymology of.
It's never just as simple as, oh, I bit into a tomato and it tasted pretty good. Guess I'll cook with it. No, it can't be that simple.
There's so many stories like that, and I've heard so many of them. I think they're all probably not true. The potato thing is probably also not true. The tomato thing is definitely not true. So the origin of the word shit that people will sometimes say is it was what was stamped on like cargo containers when they're like my uncle told me it was the barges they were taking from New Jersey to New York that had fertilizer. It's like who's taking fertilizer? But it would say store high in transit. And it's like, oh god, the fertilizer smells. And I'd be like, oh, it smells like shit.
Better store it high.
And then after the Black Plague, they had they had criers in town. This is a story he told. It's not true, but they had criers in town squares after the Black Plague. They wanted people to repopulate, and they said, "Fornicate upon command of the king." This is fuck, and it would be a crier would be standing in the town square yelling "fuck" at people. That's not true. That's funny, but it's not. That's just not what happened. A fuck is just like a German word. It was just like a profanity, and it just came about because it's a satisfying sound, and they
just sounds good.
Yeah, they just found a satisfying sound, and
sounds insulting. So that's what you say. Sometimes it really is just that simple, but
Oh, Joe Rogan is actually interviewing Trump. That's crazy.
I did hear about that. I don't think potatoes came from America. I think they came from somewhere else.
Yeah, no, I think potatoes are a new world.
Maybe like Latin America.
Yeah, I don't know. I think potatoes are.
I don't think they came from here, is what I'm saying. But
I believe they're a new. I don't know where exactly. But I think potatoes are a New World vegetable. There's a lot of stuff that was like in the Americas, which was like super useful, and it's so weird that they had so many famines. Like the Native Americans had so many famines and wars over like not having enough food, and they had the way more efficient plants growing over here, like potatoes are like super efficient, and they grow.
and they taste so good.
Yeah, they can be they're efficient for the space that it takes to grow them. So same thing with corn, because corn is very vertical. You can grow a lot of it.
Oh yeah.
But like they're having food famines. They're having food wars all the time, where they would just kill each other over like not having enough food and cannibalizing each other. And it's like so stupid because it's like they had so many more advantages, but they just whatever. Same thing with like rubber. It's like the only use I've heard for rubber being used for was non-slip working surfaces for jewelry, because the jewels wouldn't slide around on a rubber surface. But they didn't like think.
There's a lot of non-slip purposes for rubber.
But they didn't think about like shoes or anything like that, which I you know. But no, I think potatoes are a New World thing. Same thing with tomatoes, because like yeah, I don't think because pizza is a pretty modern dish. Not that flatbreads aren't like ancient, but you know.
JB says potatoes are native to the Indie Mountains.
Indie Mountains.
Had a cool fantasy style, a bit real mini katana sword. Tooled steel got banned here and had to sell it. Aww.
Got banned where?
That sucks, man.
You can't have Tontos in wherever you are?
I would say come and take it.
Yeah. What's that guy's name? Oh, it's coming up, the holiday. Toya Yamaguchi. There's
Okay, potatoes are from South America. Gotcha.
Yeah.
They grow best in rocky soil.
I don't know. Is the soil in Ireland super rocky? It seemed like the grass was literally so much greener in Scotland. It's so bright. It's such a bright green. I don't know like why it was like that, but everything was so like verdant over there. And I'm from New Jersey, and everything grows like crazy here. So you know.
Yeah, Garden State. So.
Yeah.
Soil in Ireland is full of stones.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Alright. We've all seen those Japanese strawberry sets in jewelry boxes. Oh yeah. Anyways, I guess we should call it a night.
I haven't, but that sounds like such a girly. That sounds like such a thing you would have heard of.
Oh, there's always strawberry something in Japan. They put it on everything, they know. Anyway, so we're gonna call it a night for now. We gotta get back. But by all means, join us for another stream sometime. We'll do our medium-sized pumpkin next.
Yes.
But hope you enjoyed the super big, smiley pumpkin, and then the teeny tiny pumpkin over here.
Squirrel attack pumpkin.
We'll have them outside our house for decoration.
Well, for the other pumpkin, I'll do the top with the sword, and then maybe I'll have you do. Oh no, I should probably try to do the face with the sword.
Do it with the dagger.
Oh yeah. We'll have a medieval pumpkin carving tomorrow, and probably IKEA bed assembly. I'll figure out what the model number is, so you guys can look at the instructions online and mock me for fucking up the bed.
Yeah, perfect.
Can backseat IKEA bed assembly.
Yeah. Bring your own like instruction manual and correct us when we read something wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so we can work along. I think that actually will be fun. And I was thinking it'd be really funny to call it first playthrough or something like that, and then second, because I have to do a second bed that's the same kit.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it'd be like second playthrough or whatever. New game plus bed assembly.
I don't know how long that's gonna take us.
Well, we won't do both beds on the same day. Let's stop leaning on this. It's so precarious.
I
This
know,
whole,
I hate this
the
so
whole
much.
construction of this house.
It like was
is
creaking
fucked.
too while you were carving the pumpkin.
Oh, people haven't seen what the counter looks like. We should show them real quick.
Easier said than done.
Well, if I just take it off charge, it won't instantly die, right? I can just.
Sure.
Alright, we're going on a journey, folks.
Careful.
I am very careful. Nice and snuggly wuggly with my Lappy Toppy. So, at some point, they decided to fix the counter here by adding a second counter on top.
It's hideous.
And there's a hole which food can go into. And so I must stop it. I must cure the counter.
Defend.
I must destroy this stupid design. So there's a bunch of like dumb things like that all across the house. Trisha noticed that cabinet over there is wobbly as fuck. I'm probably not going to bother with most of that stuff because we're going to be like renting it out first of all. But then after like renting season, I'll do more work and try and do more extraneous things. Oh, pictures of the under the sink. Is that good? Or do I need to take a better picture? Is that like clear enough? Do we need to zoom in on anything? Oh.
You can always ask on Discord.
Yeah. Well, anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys. I really appreciate you guys being here, and I hope you hang out with us again sometime soon.
Yeah, good night, everybody.